Hey man, say man, you too. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Don't tell me father and son have become enemy. I know it ain't so. I know it ain't so. It can't be real. It can't be real. Father and son can't be enemy. But apparently, Big Meech has spilled the beans on how his son blew the bag, while Lil Meech fucked up the bag. While Lil Meech ain't got no money. While Lil Meech out here doing promo runs for gas. Damn, that shit sad. Hey, man, 50 gonna have a field day with this shit, I'm telling you. But let's see what they talking about, chat.
You know what I'm saying? Like a new car, new house, maybe the kids get to go to school, private school, paid for, courtesy of the mob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ever since I was doing it myself, I always wanted to get my own shit, I had my first 2 BMF pieces I went and...
We pay. You know, that's simple. A lot of niggas don't like to spend their money. We love to spend our money. We can't take none of this shit with us. None. Ain't no armored trucks pulling up at no funerals.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky.
Big Meech built one of the biggest drug empires in America, running a $270 million operation through the Black Mafia family after he served 20 years of his 30-year sentence. His son, Lil Meech, found fame through 50 Cent's BMF series, but one mistake cost Big Meech everything. His legacy, his control, maybe even his son's future. So if you also want to know the behind-the-scenes story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because this is unbelievable. While Meech was locked up, his son, Lil Meech, was handed an opportunity most people would kill for. Rather than casting a random actor to play the lead role of BMF, 50 Cent made a strategic move by choosing Meech's own son, Lil Meech, to portray his father.
50 Cent comes around at one point.
Yeah.
Tell me about this whole process, because now 50 Cent is working on a BMF. Is it a TV show?
Yes, it's a TV series.
This decision gave the show an added sense of authenticity, and for Lil Meech,
Turn
it was
cuz
an
up real
opportunity
quick.
to carve out his own place in the industry. The series ran for 3 successful seasons, turning Lil Meech from an unknown figure to a rising star in Hollywood. With money and recognition pouring in, he quickly embraced the lifestyle of a celebrity.
What's up? All day.
Lil Meech's newfound success was accompanied by an extravagant spending spree. Instead of making calculated business moves, he indulged in a luxury lifestyle that rivaled that of top rappers and athletes. Reports indicate that he had spent approximately $5 million over a span of 3 years, with significant portions allocated to luxury fashion items. One of his biggest obsessions was chrome hearts jeans, dropping a ridiculous $10,000 per pair and reportedly owning at least 10 pairs, which meant he spent over $100,000 just on pants.
Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000?
But it didn't stop there. He was also addicted to high-end designer luggage, regularly flaunting Goyard bags.
I'm seeing Goyard luggage.
Yeah,
like, this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. Niggas know. And then you in Atlanta.
Which easily cost thousands of dollars per piece. Instead of investing in businesses or setting up his father for a stable future, he was spending like a rapper at the peak of his career. Except he wasn't a rapper, an investor, or an entrepreneur. His reckless spending wasn't limited to fashion. Atlanta's club scene became his playground, and every night out was an unbelievable flex. In the city's most exclusive clubs, $40,000 to $50,000 per night was nothing for him. He was constantly surrounded by celebrities, hustlers, and big spenders, all competing to prove who had the most money. It was an environment where flexing came before financial security, and Lil Meech fell right into the trap.
Let this be a lesson learned to y'all, gang. You feel me? If you ain't got it, if you can't buy that shit 3 times over, you can't afford it, gang. You feel me? Niggas be trying to impress niggas, bruh, and it's like, for what, bruh? Like, nigga, I don't care that you got 10 more million than me, nigga. I'm up. Like, the fuck is wrong with you, bruh? Like, what? And if it's about them hoes, bro, you feel me? If you got to impress a bitch with a bag, bro, she's not for you, gang. You see what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, bro. That's going to be a bitch that's always going to be looking for the next best thing, the next biggest bag. So, man, you better open your eyes, bro.
He was spending money at a rate that even successful rappers and athletes would think twice about, with no long-term plan on how to sustain it. And while he was out blowing through cash, he was ignoring actual money-making opportunities that could have secured his future. 50 Cent's Final Lap Tour was one of the most successful hip-hop tours in recent history, selling out 103 shows worldwide, bringing in 70,000 fans in some venues.
Facts. I went to that concert when he came to Charlotte.
The demand was so high that some 35,000 capacity arenas had to add additional dates because they couldn't fit all the ticket buyers. If Lil Meech had aligned himself with 50 Cent, he could have leveraged his BMF success into international touring, business partnerships, or even major Hollywood opportunities. But here's the problem. Lil Meech isn't a rapper, he isn't an entrepreneur, he isn't a business mogul. He was only making money because of 50 Cent's show, but instead of using that opportunity to build generational wealth, he was burning through it. And it all happened because Big Meech unknowingly sold his biographical rights to a woman named Tammy Cohen's. Back in 2009, while serving his sentence, he made a decision that would haunt him for the rest of his life.
Basically, she became the owner of what Meech has as BMF Entertainment, his company, from prison.
At the time, handing over his story rights to Tammy didn't seem like a bad move. She was supposed to manage his business affairs and ensure his legacy was told the right way. But years later, it was revealed that Tammy wasn't just a trusted confidant. She was a confidential informant for the DEA. That changed everything. Instead of controlling how he would be remembered, Meech found himself at the mercy of someone who had been working with the law enforcement the entire time.
Damn!
His company, she became the owner of it in 2008, and in 2009, she became a government informant.
And in an even more...
Damn! So imagine telling this lady your life story, all the crooked shit and crazy shit you done did, and thinking she gonna, you know what I'm saying, smooth it out for you, so to speak, or, you know, cover it up, but still put it out. And she working for the feds. Yo. Nah, that's a backdoor for real, gang. What the fuck?
Devastating twist. Tammy later sold those rights to 50 Cent, giving him full ownership of the BMF story. From that moment on, Big Meech lost the ability to shape his own legacy. He had built an empire, but now 50 Cent controlled.
Hey, gang, y'all gonna stop playing with 50 at some point, and y'all gonna stop playing with that man, bro. You feel me? This man owned the rights to your legacy, to your story, gang, to your life story. He can portray you however he want to, gang. And you went and took a picture with Rick Ross. Let the fun begin.
The narrative. Meanwhile, when Big Meech was fresh out of prison, he was in a completely different situation. He had no stable income, no control over his name, and no guarantee of financial security. If Lil Meech had been smart, he could have used the money he earned to set up long-term wealth for his family. Instead, he was throwing it away. And then he made an even bigger mistake, aligning himself with the one person who could destroy everything. In late 2024, a photo surfaced online of Big Meech standing next to Rick Ross. At first glance, it might have seemed harmless, but it was a betrayal to 50 Cent and the BMF TV series. Rick Ross had built his rap career off the BMF name. He even had a hit song, BMF, Blowin' Money Fast,
I think I'm Big Meech. Look at my timepiece. It's an automobile.
where he rapped about Big Meech. But despite profiting from the name for years, Ross never actually supported Meech while he was locked up. Worse, he had a long-standing beef with 50 Cent, the very man responsible for making the BMF series successful. So when Big Meech took that picture with Ross, it was war. And not only a photo, instead, Ross reportedly gifted Meech a luxury watch worth $425,000 and a significant amount of money. To some, it seemed like a generous gesture, but in reality, it was a power play. Ross, who had built a large part of his rap persona around the BMF name, had long profited off Big Meech's story without ever actually being a part of it. Giving Meech money and a high-end watch right before snapping a picture wasn't just about generosity, it was about optics. It was a way to make it look like Ross was connected to BMF in a way he never truly was. Adding another layer to the feud, Lil Meech, Big Meech's son, was also seen associating with Rick Ross. This association did not sit well with 50 Cent. leading him to express his disapproval on social media. The tension escalated when 50 Cent brought Rick Ross's daughter into the dispute, sharing a video montage of Lil Meech attending her prom and Sweet 16 party, further intensifying the feud. 50 Cent never wanted to take disrespect lightly, wasted no time in clapping back. First, he posted a rat emoji on social media, a direct shot at Meech's credibility. Then, he took it a step further, mocking Meech's financial struggles and even joking about setting up a GoFundMe for him. But the most brutal part, 50 hinted that he would be releasing a full documentary on Tammy Cohen's, the very woman who had taken Meech's life rights and handed them over to him. With one move, 50 Cent put Meech in checkmate. Realizing how badly things had spiraled out of control, Big Meech panicked. On February 19, 2025, he released a video addressing the controversy, apologizing for the Rick Ross situation, and trying to smooth things over with 50 Cent. He acknowledged the impact the feud was having, not just on his reputation, but on the BMF series itself. But 50 Cent isn't known for forgiving easily. Even with the apology, the damage was already done.
Facts.
I let nobody trick me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street.
I never folded, never told.
You
never
told Tammy to tell, bitch.
That's the folded sign, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family.
Y'all gonna be disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up? When Skilla don't show up? When Vizzo don't show up?
So, as of now, the fate of BMF Season 4
You can't
is
fuck
hanging
with
by a
50,
thread.
gang.
While stars had previously renewed the show for a fourth season, recent events have cast serious doubt whether it will actually make it to the air. If 50 Cent decides to move forward, it will be entirely on his terms. But if he chooses to cancel it, Lil Meech's Hollywood career will come to a sudden and humiliating end. With 50 holding complete control over the BMF store, he could easily pull the plug. And right now, he has every reason to do just that. And we all know this whole tension exploded after Big Meech was photographed with Rick Ross. Also, Lil Meech, realizing the damage that had been done, started reaching out privately to 50 Cent, trying to patch things up before the show got canceled. Because here's the reality, 50 Cent holds all the power. He owns the BMF rights, he controls the show, and if he decides to pull the plug, there's nothing Meech or his son can do about it. After noticing that 50 had unfollowed him on Instagram, Lil Meech texted in frustration. 50's cold response? What next season? Just like that, the future of the show was thrown into serious doubt. Fans immediately started speculating. Was 50 really about to cancel BMF? Was this the final nail in the coffin for Lil Meech's acting career?
Where's Markeisha? Fuck off, Meech. So, it's a rough time in paradise, huh?
So what happens next is anyone's guess. But if you want to stay ahead of the drama, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
Damn.
I was.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn. Damn, chat. Damn. Damn. So what does that mean for all the other actors that's on the series, yo? Damn. And people gonna say 50 petty for that, but man, you don't do no shit like that, gang. You don't do no shit like that. Like, that man took your son out the hood and gave him an acting career, put him in acting classes, and gave him the lead role to play you in a TV series about your life. And then when you get out, you go and align yourself with his #1 arch enemy. You could have aligned yourself with anybody else, but you going with his #1 arch enemy. And then your son double down and take pictures with the nigga too. Fuck y'all thought was gonna happen. Bruh, 50, I see one snake, I see two snakes. You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't no back and forth with him. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all think Lil Meech fucked up? Hey, man. Y'all think it's going to be another season of BMF? Hey, man. What they say? How they say? Tune in for next week for another episode of Who the Fuck Knows? But nah, chat, we out of here, man. You feel me?